Welcome back, Influence Decoders. We always talk about making decisions right and navigating all that tricky influence out there. Well, what if I told you there's a way to kind of peek at your potential futures?
Like almost getting messages from your future self?
Exactly.
It does sound a little like science fiction.
Yeah.
But it's actually a really cool blend of psychology and, some super cutting edge technology.
Right.
We're talking about these frameworks that help us make smarter decisions today by, really thinking about how they'll impact our future selves.
Exactly. And it's not just about like setting goals, we're like
Sure.
exploring who we could actually become.
Right.
The first framework we're diving into is called Multi-Persona Future Self-Navigation, or MPFSN for short.
Catchy.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it's all about mapping out these different personas or versions of ourselves that we could evolve into.
Yeah. Imagine you're at a crossroads, right?
Okay.
Each path leads to a different version of you.
I like that.
MPFSN helps you visualize those paths and make conscious choices about which one you want to actually pursue.
And it all starts with some serious self-reflection first.
Definitely.
The MPFSN framework starts with a questionnaire that's designed to help you, understand your values right now, your habits,
Yeah.
your circumstances.
Totally.
There was this one question that really got me thinking.
Oh, yeah.
It asks you to map out your last 48 hours
Wow.
in 30-minute blocks
Okay.
and think about how much time you spent doing things your future self would be proud of
Right.
versus things they might regret.
Ooh, interesting.
When I tried that, man, it was a real eye-opener, I got to say.
What did you think about that when you went through it?
Well, I mean, it really makes you confront, the reality of your choices.
Absolutely.
Not just, your aspirations.
Yeah, we often have this really romanticized view of who we want to be. But MPFSN encourages us to start with who we actually are right now.
The laws and all.
So it's like bridging the gap.
Between our ideal self and our actual self.
Exactly.
Okay, so once we've done this deep dive into our current state, MPFSN takes things to a whole other level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it introduces this visual tool called the Persona Compass.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's a way to plot out your potential future selves based on, how likely they are,
Oh, okay.
given your current trajectory, and how much they align with your values.
Interesting.
It's almost like having a map of your potential,
I like that.
highlighting the paths that, really resonate with your core self.
Right.
So let's say you're thinking about a major career change.
Right.
The Persona Compass could help you see which path is more likely to lead to a fulfilling future.
Right.
Not just a financially successful one.
Yeah, that's a really important distinction.
Yeah, you could even explore multiple personas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like the entrepreneur,
Oh.
the artist,
Okay.
the teacher,
Great.
and see how they stack up against your values
Yeah.
and likelihood of success.
What do you think as a listener would be the most valuable thing about seeing these potential paths laid out like that?
For me, it'd be that ability to strategize.
Yeah.
You can pinpoint areas where you need to double down.
Right.
Systems you might need to redesign.
Absolutely.
Even paths you might need to course correct.
Yeah.
Or let go of completely.
It's a dynamic tool for sure.
Yeah.
It evolves as you grow
Yeah.
and as your circumstances change.
And it's not just about individual growth either.
Right.
It also encourages us to think about the influence of society on our choices.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, there's this society versus self filter
Okay.
that helps you see how much societal expectations might be shaping your persona choices.
Interesting.
Are you pursuing a certain path because it genuinely resonates with you,
Right.
or because it's what you think you should be doing?
Yeah, that's a tough question.
It is a question we all need to ask ourselves, though, right?
Absolutely. It's about finding that balance
Yeah.
between external expectations and internal desires.
And MPFSN has some built-in ethical guardrails to make sure we're navigating this process in a healthy way. What gives an example?
Well, there are authenticity checks that prompt you to question if you're being true to yourself,
Okay.
and dynamic adaptation mechanisms that encourage you to reassess your personas as you evolve.
I like that.
The framework also includes anti-obsession mechanisms
Okay.
to prevent you from getting too fixated on one specific persona or path.
So it's like having a built-in coach
Right.
to guide you through the process.
Yeah, keep you on track.
Make sure you're not getting lost in the weeds.
Exactly.
So MPFSN is awesome at helping us map out those potential selves.
Right?
But imagine if we could actually get advice from those future versions of us.
That's where temporal influence negotiation comes in.
TNN.
Or TAN for short.
It's a pretty mind-bending concept.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
TAN proposes that we're constantly receiving messages from multiple future selves,
Okay.
each with a different perspective and motivation.
So instead of just imagining those personas,
Right.
we're actually getting insights and advice from them.
Yeah, like having a team of advisors who know us better than we know ourselves.
I like that.
Think of it as competing message streams, right?
Okay.
You might have a fear-based future self
Uh-huh.
warning you about potential risks,
Okay.
an aspirational future self urging you to take a leap of faith,
Right.
and even counterfactual future selves
Okay.
presenting alternative paths you could have taken.
It's like that age-old question.
What would you tell your younger self?
Yeah, if you could go back in time.
Exactly.
Except now with TNN,
Right.
we're getting those messages in real time
Right.
directly from those future selves.
And what if you're someone who tends to get stuck in analysis paralysis?
Oh, yeah.
Having that more impulsive future self whispering encouragement,
Right.
that might be the push you need.
Exactly. What's cool is that each message type has its own distinct communication style. Imagine receiving a carefully worded email from your future self
Okay.
who's become a successful lawyer,
Right.
while your future self, who's a free-spirited artist, sends you like a voice note
Totally.
filled with excitement and colorful metaphors.
It makes you wonder, what kind of messages are your future selves sending you right now?
That's a good question.
Are you tuning in to those whispers of wisdom? Or are you letting them get drowned out by the noise of everyday life?
It's easy to do.
It is.
That's where that TIN protocol comes in.
That's right.
It provides a framework
Yeah.
for deciphering and integrating these messages.
Even when they seem to be conflicting.
So it's not just about getting the messages.
Right.
It's about understanding them.
Yeah, making sense of the sometimes contradictory advice.
One of the tools TIN uses is a temporal council simulation.
Oh, yeah. Well,
A temporal council.
I know, right?
Sounds pretty intense.
Imagine this AI-generated personas
Okay.
representing your different future selves. They actually debate in front of you,
Well,
presenting their arguments and perspectives.
so like holding a board meeting
Yeah,
with different versions of yourself
exactly.
to help you make a tough decision.
It's like a scene out of a sci-fi movie.
Right.
You get to observe different versions of you arguing over the best path forward.
I love that. And then there's this temporal journal app.
Oh, yes, the temporal journal.
Imagine starting your day with a message from your future self
Okay.
who's achieved a goal you're working towards,
Right.
a message full of encouragement, and maybe even some specific advice on how they overcame obstacles.
I love that.
And then in the evening, you get a message from a future self who took a different path,
Right.
maybe one filled with regret or missed opportunities.
It's a powerful way to learn from both the successes and the mistakes of your potential futures.
It's like having a personal mentor
Right.
who's lived through all the possibilities,
Exactly.
can offer guidance based on their experiences.
I love that analogy.
But with such a powerful tool, there must be safeguards
Oh, absolutely.
to make sure we're not like manipulating those messages
Right.
or getting lost in a sea of potential futures.
Ethics are paramount with TIN.
For sure.
That's why the framework includes safeguards like the paradox prevention protocol,
Okay.
which makes sure your actions don't accidentally create a time paradox.
Right.
And then there's the authenticity check,
Okay.
which helps you figure out whether a message truly aligns with your values
Mhm.
or if it's just some external influence trying to steer you off course.
So using TIN as a tool for self-discovery and decision-making,
Right.
but not letting it become a crutch or a way to avoid taking responsibility for our choices.
Exactly. It's about empowering you to make choices that align with your authentic self,
Right.
even when faced with a ton of potential futures.
We've been really diving deep into these frameworks for navigating our future self.
Yeah, MPFSN and TIN.
But as we wrap up, I keep thinking about like the bigger picture,
Yeah.
like what happens if these tools become like widely adopted?
Interesting.
Imagine a world where everyone's getting advice from their future selves.
Right. That's wild.
How would that change society as a whole?
It's a really fascinating question. I think if MPFSN and TIN became commonplace, it could lead to a more self-aware and proactive society.
Yeah, like people making career choices based on a deeper understanding of their values and potential.
Exactly. Or approaching relationships with insights from future selves who've experienced,
Right.
the joys and challenges of long-term commitment.
It's like everyone having access to a personal oracle,
Right.
offering glimpses into potential outcomes,
Yeah.
helping us make more informed choices.
What do you think, as a listener, would be the most impactful application of these frameworks in society?
I don't know, it's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities.
It is.
But I also wonder about the potential downsides.
Of course.
Could it lead to a society that's like overly focused on achieving specific outcomes? Where everyone's striving for the perfect future self.
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
It's important to emphasize that these frameworks are tools,
Right, yeah.
not oracles.
They're not going to tell you exactly what to do.
Exactly. They offer guidance and insights.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the responsibility for our choices lies with us.
Right. It's about empowering individuals,
Yes.
not dictating their lives.
I think that's a really crucial point.
We need to be mindful of the potential for misuse
Definitely.
or over-reliance on these technologies.
Just like any powerful tool,
Yeah.
It's crucial to use it responsibly and ethically.
It's a good reminder that no matter how advanced technology becomes,
Right.
the human element is still like paramount.
Absolutely.
It's about finding that balance between technological innovation and human wisdom.
Beautifully said.
So influence decoders, as we conclude our deep dive into the fascinating world of future selves. I want to leave you with this.
Okay.
If you could send one message to your past self, knowing what you know now,
Ooh,
what would it be?
that's a good one.
What wisdom would you share?
Right.
What encouragement would you offer?
It's a powerful exercise in self-reflection, for sure.
Yeah,
And maybe a reminder that the journey is just as important as the destination.
I love that.
We're all works in progress, constantly evolving and becoming.
Right.
And by embracing the lessons of our past and the possibilities of our future, we can navigate the present with greater clarity, purpose, and compassion.
Beautifully said. And with that, we wrap up another episode of Decoded Influence.
Thanks for joining us.
Don't forget to like, share, and follow us on all your favorite platforms.
Yes, please do.
And as always, keep those minds sharp. Influence decoders.
Stay sharp.
And stay vigilant against propaganda. Let us know in the comments what future topics you'd like us to explore.
Yeah, we love hearing from you.
Until next time, keep thinking critically and keep questioning the influences around you.